this main meeting is going to be recorded. If you don't want your faces to be shown, or you don't want your voice to be heard, that's fine. You can turn off your videos, you can mute your mics. We will have some breakout room sessions later. Those won't be recorded, but the main meeting is. We've got some great stuff planned for later today as we go throughout the meeting. We'll get to those in a little bit. First thing we've got for everyone, our events coordinator, Pamela Gomez. She couldn't be with us tonight, but she did record a message that I'd like to have Tom play for us, our technical assistant. Tom, if you could play that for us, please.
Hello, everyone. This is Pamela Gomez, event coordinator at the Sharing. I'm so sorry I'll have to miss the event today. I have important extra sharing duties to attend to once every 3 days, and today was day 3 for me, so unfortunately, I'm not able to make it to the event. I just wanted to welcome everyone and also to give a message for those of you who have been calling the Sharon's phone number. Please do not confuse our phone number with the number for McDonald's. It's starting to become a problem. I answer a lot of voice messages and I keep having to direct people to the McDonald's on 4th Avenue because there are so many people asking us for items from their special menu. So, just so you know, if you are looking for something not normally listed on the McDonald's menu, the 4th Avenue McDonald's is the correct location to go. Please do not ask the Sharing for Happy Meals. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming, and I hope you all will choose to join the Sharing. Have fun! Hope to see you in person at our community center soon.
Okay, thank you. All right, I say we get started. Once again, Tom, I'll ask you to pull up the slideshow that I sent you for this event. Okay. All right. Well, once again, I'd like to welcome everybody to our Intro to the Sharing virtual taster session. We will be, I'll go through this, I'll try to make this as painless as possible. Hopefully it won't be too much drudgery. We're going to get to talk about some exciting opportunities, but first I do want to cover a couple guidelines. We are here to respect one another and to respect the space. If you can't handle that, or if you're here to make some off the wall accusations or some kind of prank about the sharing or denigrate the sharing in any way, we will have to kick you out. That's just how it is. Once again, I want to make sure that I'm very clear. The breakout rooms aren't recorded, so you can turn your cameras on for that. In fact, we encourage it, but during the main meeting, that will be recorded. So if you don't want your face showing, you'll have to turn your cameras off. Today's Zoom meeting, the goal is primarily just to get the word out about some exciting new things that we've got coming down the pipeline, especially as the sharing has gained more and more exposure in the past few months. Can we get the next slide, please? We have some upcoming events, a little quick housekeeping. Next slide. This stuff just applies to the California headquarters. I know we've got people dialed in from around the country. First up, we have the Sharing Youth Choir meeting is scheduled for May 18th, 7 p.m. That's just to discuss in-person practices. The Youth Leadership Camp meeting that's the final meeting before leadership camp itself starts. That meeting is on May 20th at 6 p.m. And remember, camp is the first full week of June. And then we've got beach cleanup day on Memorial Day. If you can't attend over the holiday, you can join us on the 12th, June 12th. Those are always a great time. We have the barbecues going on. We play Frisbee and football, and everybody has a fun time, but we also get the beach cleaned up. So that's great. Next slide, please. Now, don't think that we forgot the adults. We have some all ages events as well. The first, of course, being Harry Potter Trivia Night. That is May 21st at 6 p.m. That's for all ages, but I'm especially looking at you millennials. Now, Trivia and Wine, that starts back up on June 2nd at 8 p.m. And that's going to be at the Suds and Duds on 3rd. And finally, Karaoke Night is back on the calendar for June 3rd. You can expect to see me there, stopping the show as always, as I sing Don't Stop Believing. Today's speakers, go ahead, thank you. Click, please. Of course, myself, I'm the CEO of the Sharing. That's the Community Engagement Officer, Hedrick Chapman. We have our special guest. We'll get to him in a little bit. Jayan Lim, sorry. And last, Elizabeth Lee, personal development coach and leader of BU Now. Oh, and now last, Jessica Pike, who's our newest full member and a BU Now participant, is going to talk to us about her experiences. Okay, next, please. Now it's time for Icebreakers. Go ahead. One of the pillars of the Sharing is community. So before we get too far into the ins and outs of this amazing organization, we're going to break you out into teams to chat first. This normally would be done in person with a little bit of space so you can move around, but we have organized some icebreakers that you can, for you all to chat about in some breakout rooms. Now, I understand this can be a little daunting, but lean into it. You know, everybody feels a little bit weird about it, so you're not the only one feeling weird. Try to make a new friend. If you're stuck for what to say, we do have some examples for you. Now you can go ahead and click. Thanks. First example, what brings you to the Sharing? What are you curious about? How can you bring your full self to this meeting? If you could be any animal, what would it be? What would be the title of your autobiography? What is one thing you notice about me? All right, we're going to go to our breakout rooms now. Those, I believe, are set for 6 minutes, and just try to have fun with it. Okay, everybody. I think we might still be waiting for folks to get back, but welcome back. I hope that was enjoyable for everyone else. I'll give it just another couple seconds here. Tom, I don't know if you can tell. Is everybody back? Okay. Okay, I think we may be close to ready now. I think everyone must be back by now. Tom, could you pull the presentation back up, please? Okay. I think we can go to the next slide. We knew that we were going to have a lot of new people here today, and with that many new faces and all of the questions that we've been receiving about the sharing, we thought it might be pertinent to have a little FAQ section. So I'll go over those briefly before we kind of get into our history with Elizabeth. Go ahead next, please. Thank you. So what is the sharing? Who are we? Well, we believe there is no true achievement unless you are part of something greater. Together, holding each other up, supporting each other, working together to overcome individual weakness, individual failing and pain and hurt. Together, we achieve happiness, fulfillment, meaning. That's why we are called the sharing. Next question. What is full membership? What does full membership mean? Well, it simply entails a higher level of dedication, of commitment to the sharing and to our cause. How do I become a full member? Easy. Just start becoming involved. Go to the cookouts. Help clean up. Come to our events. Join a full member track. Become an associate member. Those member tracks will be explained by Elizabeth Lee in our next presentation. But that's the easy way to do it. How do I know if I'm ready to move up to full member? Well, you'll be told. All full members were specially invited to become full members. If you do the work, it will be recognized. It will be seen, and you'll be invited to join. Big question. What's the catch, right? There is no catch. I know it sounds too good to be true, but it is. This is entirely a nonprofit organization. We won't. The sharing relies on the generosity of philanthropists and full members, but only those full members who feel that it is their duty to give back to the community. No events will ever cost new members a dime. And no events will cost a full member a dime if they are not in a financial situation to give back. Bottom line, we're never going to ask you for money. You get to come to these events, and you can just leave after that. Oh, sorry. By the way, if you're interested in the list of donors, we do have some of our prominent donors listed on our website. Missed that. Looking to the future. So with all of this exposure and full membership donations, what is next for the sharing? Well, we are looking to expand internationally. Did you think we were just going to focus on expanding into somewhere like Illinois or New York? That's thinking too small. We already have several states with their own sharing organizations starting, so now we're focused on the bigger picture. We have big plans to open the sharing in Vancouver this fall. We're also opening up in Glasgow, in Scotland, next year in the fall. And we're excited to announce the Pacific Exchange Program at the Sharing of Seoul is already underway. In fact, we have a very special guest here, Jae-in Lim, who we've invited to discuss the sharing of South Korea and a new initiative that we're starting. Jae-in?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chapman. It's Jae-in Lim. Nice to nice to meet you, everybody. Nice to meet everyone. So I will explain about the Pacific Exchange Program. So Pacific Exchange Program is a exchange student program for students K through 12. So and that will be happening later this summer. Deadline to apply is May 28th, and it is for full members. If you want to be if you want to be in Pacific Exchange program, you must be full member, but it is free. And then if you want to apply, just please make sure that you contact Mr. Chapman. And yes, if you, and I believe that is everything. Yes, Mr. Chapman, back to you.
Okay, thank you. Next slide, please, Tom. So, did everything here just sound amazing? Don't you want to get in on the ground floor before it takes over the entire world? So join the sharing. Now, since today is all about the history of the sharing and getting back to those starting roots, we're going to have this meeting's track spotlight on our first ever membership track, BU Now. Elizabeth Lee is going to talk to us about that.
Hedrick, thanks so much for that wonderful introduction.
Sure.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Lee. I'm so glad to meet all of you. I'm really sorry. I'm not able to turn on my video today. My webcam just isn't working for some reason. Oh, technology. Anyway, I lead the full member track called BU Now, and I'll be giving you an overview of that today. Tom, might you mind pulling up the slides for us? All right, everyone. So I'm going to start off by giving you an introduction to actually some of the history to start with. And this will be an overview of BU Now, this full member track. So where did we start? So in 2011, the sharing started from humble beginnings by Lord David Altman. It was started at the very beginning of the sharing. It actually ties directly to the development of BU Now. Lord David Altman was a successful real estate agent. He had a good career going for him, but eventually he came to the realization that there must be more to life than selling houses. He saw untapped potential in human existence. He had something to say. He saw the true potential of who we could be and the potential of human life. Back then, it was all about pure philosophy and research together. We were a small group of seekers. At the time, there was no established community center. You couldn't call it much of a community, really. It was a group of people meeting regularly. Only 5 people in a church basement. Can you imagine that? So there I am. I too was a seeker of truth. So I was a graduate student in psychology and training to become a therapist. And that was when I joined the sharing. I was dissatisfied with the outdated methods I was learning about in my psychology program in school. They didn't truly address the whole person. I needed something more. I saw a flyer on campus, totally by chance, and I started attending the meetings with Lord David Altman. At the time, it was still quite experimental and eclectic. Altman was such a radical thinker. I was interested in developing his ideas further with him. So I studied Altman's philosophies in great depth directly from the man himself. This is when we started developing an experiential practice, not only intellectual or philosophical. It'd be a holistic approach to personal growth that would allow for the true self to emerge, like pulling away the veil of lies. At the time, learning directly from Altman was the only pathway to membership. There were no full member tracks as we know them today. The content of Altman's teachings and the pedagogy we developed together would be the basis for the curriculum now known as BU Now. After a period of time as a curious seeker, knowing something was missing from my life, I realized I'd found it in Altman's teachings and in my work with him. I left my graduate program, dedicated myself to the sharing, never looked back. It's been an incredible journey. Sadly, Lord David Altman passed away in 2016 under mysterious circumstances. So at first, essentially BU Now was simply all the sharing was. At its beginnings, the sharing didn't have as much of a community focus because we were just a small core group. But as our numbers grew, we discovered that community was so important to what we were doing. Altman realized that if the sharing was focused too much on himself, it would defeat our purpose of being part of something greater. So even before we opened our new community center, we expanded and added family activities, social events, community outreach, and service work. The sharing became more than just learning from our teacher, Lord David Altman. The sharing could seem on the surface like a cult of personality, but that's far from what Altman was trying to achieve. The content of what is now BU Now was still the sole path to full membership then. And that's when innovator and philanthropist Peter Sinton stepped in as the president of the sharing. Sinton had a close relationship with the sharing, and it seemed natural that he would take over after Altman's passing. While he has many loyal fans, he and Altman did not always see eye to eye, and he had big plans for changes in the sharing. Nowadays, you might find Mr. Sinton dropping in on certain large events and full members meetings. If he's there, you'd recognize his limousine for sure. So some of these changes were good. With his financial help and help from our generous donors and from Mr. Sinton himself, we were able to open up our beautiful new community center. Some of you may have been there. However, he also established what are now known as full member tracks. Dilution. You can see some of the tracks we have here. They include Financial Success Track, Youth Leadership Track, Fitness Achievement Track, Parents and Families Track, the BU Now Personal Development Track, and Personalized Trusts. Peterson thought that not everyone would find Altman's direct methods palatable. He also thought the full membership process should take much less time than before. AKA, he thought less work should be put into becoming a full member. So I often call these fast tracks. So because of Sinton's insistence that there needed to be faster tracks towards full membership, I was obligated to structure Altman's teachings and our research together into an optional program, and that program was given the name BU Now. So now, though it exists as an optional track, BU Now, above all other full member tracks, in my humble opinion, is the only track that truly keeps the original spirit of the sharing alive. Without it, the deeper purpose of the sharing would be gone, and the sharing would resemble a typical boys and girls club or YMCA. BU Now is what makes the sharing so much more special than other community groups. And personally, I believe that the full members who have gone through the BU Now program are the members who understand the sharing on the deepest level and who have found the most happiness, freedom, and purpose in life. So, what is BU Now? It is the ultimate sharing philosophy. Every day, it seems as if we trudge through our lives, one amongst the crowd, unfulfilled. But the lonely individual in society has been overemphasized in our culture. It can sometimes seem like we're living in the matrix. There has to be something more underneath it all, something greater. There is. And only together can we achieve it. Be You Now is a remarkable journey into the inner depths of ourselves in order to join with a larger reality. Be You Now takes the sharing's philosophies and distills them into an accessible, highly effective program. You can be so much more than who you think you are. So, what exactly do we do in Be You Now? Seeing others and being seen. That's what we do. Here's an old photo of us before we built our beautiful yoga room. Can you believe we used to have sessions on the volleyball court? In Be You Now, we learn to understand that being part of something greater, the true meaning of community, means that we don't hide from each other. So here's what we focus on: authentic communication. So often we grow up without the tools to communicate on a truly authentic level. With social media and even just the way we're socialized in our society, so much of our dissatisfaction comes from our inability to communicate with each other. Human connection. When we are truly connected, we understand that individual attachments are illusions. And we understand that we are never alone. In fact, when we are full members, we know that we can truly never be alone and that there is no hiding because we are part of something greater. Expressing your truest self. Pardon my language, but no bullshit. We're getting to the real stuff here, and that takes work. That goes along with raw honesty. Living beyond fear, we come to understand that there's nothing to fear besides we tell ourselves to fear. And most importantly, being you in the moment now. Being you now comes with taking things as they come and accepting things as they are. When we accept our circumstances, we have nothing to fear. So, what kind of activities make up Be You Now? We have weekly meetings in our community center. We have partner and group exercises. We have inquiry sessions. Developed by Altman, they allow us to understand the core issues of the individual. They allow the individual to see what their limitations are towards being in community and accepting a greater reality. It allows them to change and grow from this learning experience. We also have meditation and visualization, of which you'll get a little bit of taste of next. We offer somatic understanding. These are exercises that allow us to understand Altman's teachings on a deeply integrated physical level, as well as mentally and emotionally. There's journaling and reflection. Be You Now greatly values participation in other sharing activities and being part of the community. At-home tasks may include visualizations, affirmations, behavior modification, and thought repatterning. The time commitment is based on individual progress. Some participants are ready for full membership after a few months of Be You Now, and others after a few years. Be You Now values quality over quantity, substance over style. We pay attention to the individual to understand what is working for them. So what will you gain from BU now? Purpose, authenticity, courage, happiness, connection, peace, support, and most of all, freedom from control. Now, this is the most important aspect of BU Now, knowledge and responsibility. BU Now prepares you to receive the sharing's true knowledge upon your full member initiation. This is not knowledge that is just given away to anyone. It takes extreme dedication to the sharing in order to be able to receive the full benefits of membership. BU Now prepares you for the greater responsibilities of full membership. Full membership is special. It's not to be taken lightly. There are no dues to pay. It's not like signing up for a gym. That's what makes the sharing different. Only through true commitment and dedication will you be prepared to receive the deepest knowledge that the sharing can offer. Who is BU Now for? Truth seekers. I think I found myself in this category. BU Now is for the curious, the adventurous, and for those who know there has got to be something more to life. Those with a warrior spirit. Embarking on BU Now takes a lot of guts, but it's perfect for those with a lot of tenacity who want to make a difference in the world. People who don't fit with the other more superficial full member tracks. BU Now is for those who are sick and tired of games. It's for those who want to take the leap and truly change their lives. BU Now is for all ages. We don't discriminate here at the sharing. As long as you are ready, we will accept you in BU Now. And here, I've added one of my favorite quotes. I think it really sums up the kinds of wonderful participants we have in BU Now. But most importantly, BU Now is for you. Yeah, you. You want to become a full member, so why not start your journey on the best full member track possible? What are you waiting for? I hope you all consider BU Now full member track as you progress on your journey towards becoming a full member of the sharing. Thank you all so much. So now we'll bring to the stage Jess. Jess is 17. Hi, Jess. And she's been a full member of the sharing. We've been working together for a while now, and it's been amazing to see Jess progress and really open up and find her authentic self. She recently completed the BU Now curriculum after 6 months. She's actually one of our youngest full members to have chosen BU Now as a full member track. I think her success is a testament to how much BU Now can work for all ages. Jess, thanks so much for coming on. I think everyone here would be so happy to hear about your experience. So how did you find the sharing, Jess?
Well, after I broke up with my girlfriend, I overheard some kids at school talking about it. I wasn't really interested in the activities. I didn't want to do anything around then, but I needed to get out of the house, and it was a good place to sit and write, so I started coming.
What made you decide to become a full member?
So, Mr. Chapman, you guys heard from him earlier, wanted me to hang out with the other kids, but that wasn't gonna happen. So I was just coming to the homework club after school to have a quiet place to write. And that was where I met you. You were curious about my notebook, so I showed you a poem I was working on. You I guess, more than tolerated my teen angst bullshit and invited me to BU Now. You said it would be great and that it wasn't like the other activities, which was nice. And then after one of the intro sessions, I realized just how much I could learn and how much it could help me. And that was when I really started thinking about full membership.
So what was your experience like?
So it was kind of scary at first, but really, even from the first session, like, I felt like for the first time since my ex, someone heard me and saw me and cared about me. Like, I was valued there. And I really wasn't used to that. Sorry, I know that sounds bad, but it took a lot of work, but I couldn't wait to do it. And it really has changed the way I think about myself and how I fit in with the world around me. It was a huge weight off my shoulders. Elizabeth, like, I know how much you pushed me, and I know I may not have always seemed like it, but I really, really appreciate it, and I am so, so grateful.
Jess, I appreciate you so much as well. So what does it feel like to be a full member now? How has it benefited you?
So now I see the world completely differently in a good way. It didn't like turn me into some huge cynic, obviously. I really think that without the sharing, I would have ended up in a very dark place. I wasn't in a good place before this, and it was really, I don't see how it would have improved at all without this. I might have ended up just dropping out of school and beyond. But this has really changed my life. Like, now I'm actually Elizabeth's new assistant, and I'm a teen counselor for the Sharing's Youth Leadership Program. I get to help out the younger teenagers here and guide them through the sharing, which is nice because, college, which the sharing has been nice enough to help me with. I actually can't wait till I go to college because then, like, I can start a campus chapter and bring in more people.
We can't wait for you to also contribute in terms of outreach on college campuses, Jess. So what's one thing you would say to all the teens out there who feel a little bit stuck?
I get it. Like, I've been there too. But I know everything seems hopeless right now, especially with COVID and everything else. But give the sharing a chance. It's not just the fun and games. If you like that, that's fine, but it's so, so much more. If you're looking for real help, then come to the sharing. They'll listen to you when no one else does, and also it's free and the snacks are good.
So finally, what's something you'd like to say to anyone who's on the fence about BU Now?
Just do it. Go for it. It's amazing. Like, even if it gets hard, which it will, just keep going. You're not going to regret it.
Thank you so much, Jess, for your amazing testimonial. I know we've all loved having you in BU Now, and I'm so proud of you and your journey. Thank you so much. And now, everyone, we're going to transition into a guided meditation together. This will be an experiential taste of what you can expect from BU Now. So I invite you to transition into a comfortable position. Maybe that's sitting in a chair. Settle in. Let's all take a deep, full breath together. Close your eyes if you feel safe enough to do so. Start to focus inward. We'll repeat some phrases after me, whether aloud or just as a voice in your head. Feet relax. Legs relax. Pelvis relax. Abdomen relax. Chest relax. Arms relax. Shoulders relax. Face relax. Head relax. Ears relax. Ear canals relax. The whole body is relaxed. Begin to notice the inside of your head. Feel its spaciousness. Feel your brain resting gently within your skull. Begin to picture your brain as an open book. You turn the page and see another memory. Turn the page again, another thought passes by. The pages gently turn and turn again. And you begin to notice there is a light shining on your brain, on this open book. Begin to sense that there is a presence comfortably in the spaciousness of your head. This presence is that of a special companion. This presence is a gift that lives inside you. This presence rests its eyes on the book, reading every page as it turns. The presence reads every page, every memory. Yes, even that one. How does that make you feel? Notice how you feel. Then this companion begins to speak to you. Listen, what does it say? It's not your voice. The little voice of this companion is your true guide. Is its voice clear? Is it hard to grasp? Does it seem imaginary? Are you making it up? Perhaps it's something that you have a hard time noticing. But know that one day, that special guide will be with you all the time, guiding the way, seeing your whole self. And when that time comes, all problems will slip away. All will be healed. You will have a life of everlasting peace. Let's hold on to that peaceful feeling just for a little while longer. Let that feeling of peace expand into the rest of your day. You may open your eyes when you are ready. Let's take a deep breath all together. Thank you so much for this beautiful moment together. We're now going to have an opportunity to share with each other our reflections from this meditation. We'll invite you into a breakout room. Like the last time, you'll have 6 minutes. Enjoy connecting with each other and see you on the other side.
Okay, so we just have the Q&A portion left of the meeting today. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Once more, I want to reiterate, we have a couple of guidelines. First and foremost is always courtesy and respect towards everybody, speakers, guests, each other. And please, anybody that, again, who wishes to denigrate or make wild accusations about the sharing will be removed immediately. So mind your P's and Q's, please. Question number one. Oh, if you're interested in asking a question, please raise your hand. You can either do so physically, or there's a reactions button down in the bottom of the Zoom program, and you can click that. And that will let me know that you're interested in asking a question. So I just saw Lisa L's hand shoot up. Lisa L, go right ahead.
Hi. So I don't know how many of your members are parents, but as you know, it's been kind of a wacky year. I'm glad to hear you have a program for children. So I just wanted a little more information about the Pacific Exchange Program, namely how many spots do you have left, and for what ages, and how can I apply?
Thank you for asking. So the Pacific Exchange Program, like I said earlier a little bit, it is open for it is for open all kids, kindergarten to 12-year-old. I believe in from California chapter, we still have 12 spots left. We still have plenty of room out of 30. 6:30. There's plenty of room. And yes, but in order for you to apply, you must be a full member. As this is a free event, and this relies on our sharing generous donors. This would be a free event. And also, all participants must be vaccinated. Um, but if you meet all those requirements, I'm pretty sure Mr. Chapman will help you with that, with the application. And the deadline, I think I said this earlier, but the deadline is May 28th. Yes. And do you have any questions following up to that, or are you?
Yeah, thank you. So you said you have to be a member. Do I have to be a full member, and do my kids also have to, or just me?
If you are accompanying them to Seoul, if you're going with them to Seoul, because this is exchange program, but we do have a brief moment with some of the adults as well to like help help kids get settled, especially for younger children. And then also we also give parents a tour of Seoul area as well. But yes, if you're coming with, you must be full member.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. We have, I saw Ian's hand go up as well. Ian, you go ahead. I'll get you unmuted.
Yes. Hello. So I don't think that there is a sharing chapter in my area. I'm not in California. I'm really glad to see that like you're talking about opening up other chapters in other areas. So like, is there anything that I can do to help kind of, facilitate that in my area, or, what's the process there?
Okay, yeah. So it's absolutely possible to start a chapter in your area. We would first have to send some full members out there to scope it out, scope the resources, kind of see what the area is like. It's not possible for a non-member to start their own chapter. So you'd have to become a full member somehow and then initiate that process, or you could have it initiated by some other full members. But that aside, you can always just wait, because before you know it, we'll be in your neighborhood too. Oh, hi, Amber, go right ahead.
I'm also a college student, and I want to know what it would be to raise that same type of thing, to join it for a college thing when they have nothing else. Like, this could be the main thing for a school that's for like one of the big schools in a state.
So do you mean as attached to the college?
Yeah, like honestly, like an on-campus thing, but for a campus that like this would be like their only extra group.
I see. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think the same rules would apply. We'd still have to have it initiated by full members, perhaps attached with the college. Yeah, we can have, you would have to get some full members out to scope out the area and make sure that it's got the resources we need. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.